When resistance keeps reappearing, I want you to remember sequence creates movement. There's a leadership moment that feels uniquely exhausting. It's when you deal with a concern, you think you've handled it, you move forward, and then it comes back. Same issue, different meeting. A lot of leaders describe this as being kind of like whack-a-mole. And when this happens, leaders usually assume they need to persuade better, maybe more clearer logic, more data, a stronger case. But in practice, the issue usually isn't persuasion. It's all about the sequence. I'm Anna Duragully. I work as a strategist with leaders in organizations and institutions that are essential to the health of our democracy and our communities. And this is a pattern that shows up constantly when people are trying to lead real change inside big, complex systems. Here's what's usually happening. Leaders are jumping from hearing a concern or a problem straight to solving it. They respond quickly, they explain the rationale, they propose next steps, but they skip the middle. And the middle is where movement is built. Effective change follows a very specific order. First, you have to listen, not just to respond, but to actually understand what people are worried about and why. Second, you've got to learn from what you heard and you've got to validate it. This is where you play back what you heard accurately, without fixing it, without reframing it. You got to make it clear. I understand what you're trying to protect. This step is not agreement. It's recognition. And without it, resistance will not soften. Third, co-design based on that shared meaning you've built. Only after listening and validating do you ever move to building solutions. And even then, you have to start with what people already named. You've got to build for the meaning you now share. You shape the path forward together. This is where people begin to see their fingerprints on the work. And finally, it's about sharing progress, not just at the end, but along the way. What you're trying, what's changing, what you're learning. Sharing progress signals momentum. It turns uncertainty into movement. When leaders follow this sequence, something important starts to happen. Resistance stops resurfacing because it's been heard, addressed. Energy shifts because people can start to see themselves in the change. So if resistance keeps coming back, I want you to pause. And before you push harder or explain better, I want you to ask yourself, did I truly listen? Did I reflect and validate what I learned? Did we co-design from a shared meaning? And am I sharing progress as we go? Remember, in systems change, it's not what you say that creates movement. It's the order in which you do the work. Sequence is your movement.